up, people? It's your boy the Kryptonian saying, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 547. And this is pretty dope, man. You know, Jinbe is looking more and more like Aquaman. And I'm not talking like the Aquaman that's in the Super Friends, a really, really old cartoon where he just talks to fishes. No, he's looking like the real Aquaman from the comic books, man. And I love how he summons those whales and those whale sharks in order to catch Luffy and the others when they jump into the water. And I like how Luffy just took that leap of faith, man. He took the leap of faith and he tells Mr. 3 he might work for the government, but he's Ace's friend before that. I trust the guy. Just do it. And it's that shonen main protagonist ability to talk people into seeing the error of their ways and being able to talk them to, hey, just trust me. It seems crazy, trust me. But what I love about this is the fact that, yeah, Oda takes a page out of that cliche, but Jinbe has that rapport built up with Ace. That's Ace's younger brother. He saw the look on Ace's face when he realized his brother was coming, and then he says, wow, he actually came. Luffy didn't get to Jinbe directly, he did it indirectly. So I like this payoff better than normally otherwise I would have ran it. So I like what I see here, but what's really interesting is you have Magellan. He's using the venom fruit, the poison judgment, and he says that that'll tear down all of Impel Down and it's forbidden to use. And anyway, he uses it, and I'm like, well, if he's gonna tear down Impel Down, then Luffy's gonna get credit for that. Now Luffy's bounty's gonna skyrocket. It only makes sense. But what I really enjoy about this whole thing that Magellan's having to use that is he has a line where he says there's nothing but water there. Why would they want to go into the ocean? Don't they know they'll die? And that's when it hit me. You know, Oda, in a very subtle way, he's making another statement. And it makes sense given the fact that, I mean, we just got off the archipelago and he was touched on slavery. Nico Robin's actually a slave right now, or she used to be. She got freed. And what I really like about it is Oda's basically saying, like, look, when it comes to life, some men, when they go through the rebellion, and that's what this is, you know, some men would rather die fighting for freedom than to live the rest of their lives being a slave. And being in prison is like slavery, basically. You might be paying your debt to society, whatever, but you have no freedom. You have somebody telling you when to get up, when to go take a shit, when to go take a piss. After you take your piss, you have to take your clothes off and cough to make sure that, and squat down and cough to make sure that you don't have different artifacts hidden. And I only know that from when I had to go to juvenile when I was younger. I mean, I hated that shit. In order to go sit down at a table, you had to walk all the way around the cafeteria. That way they made sure you had nothing on them, just to sit down at the first fucking table so you could eat. I hated that. I hated that, man. I wasn't in there long. I would have gone fucking crazy. And you got like a little light that's above your thing and everything. Like you can't really sleep. You got this concrete slab and a little wool thing, a wool blanket to sleep. I mean, it was bullshit. But the thing is these men have been in Impel Down for so long that some of them even remarked that they forgot what sunlight looked like. And so when you have all of this going on, and now that they're free, Buggy, you know they're going to say Buggy's the one responsible for it, but let's not forget, it was Luffy who freed them. And that brings me back to Magellan, okay? Magellan is just like, well, why would they want to do it? And it's like, dude, you've been in power so long, keeping these people oppressed, that you've forgotten what it means to be human. No human being wants to be shut out like that. As creatures, as creatures, humans, they look for interactions. We're not supposed to be on our own. We're supposed to be social. We have to interact with other people. Even though you're in the jail cells, you're not properly interacting. So their spirits are being revived, and I love that. I love what I'm seeing. I don't care if they're just scum of the scum. I love what you're seeing here. The other thing is, I like how Buggy just played dead. Okay, like Crocodile and Mr. One, they're doing all the work on the ship. knocking out all these Navy guys. Meanwhile, you got Jinbe. He's putting water in the gunpowder. He's taking out the other ships before they can attack the ship they need to get to. And after all the fighting's over, Buggy, once again, panel placement. He's got the high ground, Star Wars joke, but he's got the high ground, and he's looking down. What people I'm saying, he's looking down at Mr. One. He's looking down at Crocodile, and Jinbe is like further out. Okay, so this is the beautiful thing. I'm gonna pull this page up so you guys can catch what I'm saying. But once again, Oda is making a statement here that may or may not be foreshadowing. I can't really speak on it yet. But in this scene here, what's really telling about it is the fact that the way Oda draws it, once again, Buggy is higher up than everybody else. Now, bear with me for a second. I'm going to look for this scene here. I was going to try and talk my way through it while I was going. So I went back and I looked and I couldn't find the actual panel. I know it's in this chapter, but basically, yeah, Buggy was standing on top of something on the ship's deck. He's looking down at Mr. One. He's looking down at Crocodile. They're closest to him. That's, you know, former warlords in the past. Also, Luffy's former enemies that are further away. And then you have Jinbe, who's closest, the newest character, Luffy's new closest ally. But again, the fact that you have Buggy once again talking down to a former warlord, it's like Oda's, you know, breadcrumbs. I don't know where that's going, but breadcrumbs. Now, the other thing that is pretty damn interesting about this is the fact that when Luffy's running through and everything, everybody's like, oh my god, Luffy actually defeated him. Nope. He's like, everybody, run, get your asses, grab your panties, this is about to get rough. And what's really cool about this is the fact that, once again, Ivankov comes in clutch, and he doesn't hesitate to lend his strength to Dragon's son, Luffy, because Luffy tells him, do your wink thing, get us out of here. And you see that huge venom hand that comes out of the Impel Down, castle prison, and that shot reminds me of when Luffy used the Gear 3 and his fist just knocked Rob Lucci and sent Rob Lucci flying. Rob Lucci lands on one of those Navy ships. It's the same thing here. Only Luffy is landing on one of these whales, but Oda recreated that scene. That's what I thought was beautiful, man. Very beautiful. And it's making me wonder how many of those did I miss. Because if Oda's doing this now, he's done it in the past. But overall, this is a pretty entertaining chapter. But my chapter question to you guys is, what were your thoughts on what I was saying about Magellan? Do you think that he's been in power so long that he's forgotten why men love freedom? But as always, guys, if you like what I had to say, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have an awesome day.